The long part is gold with oil slick. Wow, that's fucking crazy. I can't even imagine that. You look like a unicorn then. Sorry to say, man. Oh, sorry, I didn't see electrokinetic. What'd you say? I think genetic is for mating reasons. Oh, sorry, I was laughing because I didn't understand what you meant by that. Spider-Man have a better chance of getting a mate. I almost read that as male. Interesting. So you think it's a survival tactic that men must be funny for women to be attracted to them? That's an interesting thought. I mean, I do like men with a sense of humor. That's for sure. I like men who are funny. So I can understand that. I mean, I can relate, I guess. But don't men also like friends who are funny? So aren't they also kind of like, isn't that kind of weird that men are also attracted to humor? I know they always say you get your humor from your father's side, right? They always say that. Your humor comes from your dad's side. I think they always say that. Or is that only for men? But I've heard that, like, your humor comes from your dad's side. And, like, our joke is always, the running joke in our family is, like, we're all fucked because my dad's jokes are fucking terrible. Like, they're super corny. He has, like, the corniest jokes. Like, they're usually not that witty. I can usually, like, see them a mile away, coming from a mile away. My brother he's the type where my dad will tell a joke and he'll just go. Like, at the dinner table with, like, especially when it's, like, my brother would, like, you know, would have a new girlfriend or something and bring her over, like, you know, for dinner or something, and then my dad just starts cracking stupid jokes, and my brother's just like, are you fucking kidding me? And of course, though, like, everyone, you know, that's out of our family is like, your dad's so hilarious. We're like, no, he's really not. He's really not that funny. Like, maybe if you were 2, he's funny, but he's not. That's true. Guys who try really hard to be funny are definitely a turn on. That's very, very true. I do agree with that. Like, you can tell when a guy's trying really hard, and you're just like, dude, bro, not that funny. All your friends suck when it comes to humor? That's because you're a nerd, and all your friends are probably freaking basement dwellers, man. Kidding. Kidding. Kidding.
My ex-father was also called Mike, as was my ex-father's father. At least, that is what his father said.
What the hell is that? Do I need to kill this? No. Okay, everyone knows that fucking Chris Rock always makes fun of, like, race. But he's hilarious, though. He's hilarious. Let's try to use, instead of arc, let's use vortex for this fight. Windows alert? I don't think so. Because I didn't have anything pop up on my thing. I think it's the music. That's where Windows got their alerts from, right? Is this song. This Brain Bug Nightmare. Sinister Strings remix, if you guys didn't know. Or care to know. So this is what my end game build is going to be with. I'm going to be using Vortex. Mines, Vortex Mines. If Vortex Mines doesn't work, I'll spend about 6 refund points to turn me into a Trapper build. I will actually know after Normal Lab. I should know if this is viable or not. And the reason why is because the 2-pointer in Saboteur is the exact same 2-pointer that Trappers would take, and it's the one that gives Mines extra radius. So if I can tell a significant difference in radius of Vortex, I'll know if it'll work. It's Visual Basic with the host. Thanks so much, man. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I do really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Where's the yo-yo? I haven't yo-yoed in a while. I would be okay with yo-yoing, but I don't think people like it or not anymore, but I think people like it, but I think more people don't, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think the race gender card is because it's because it's a life experience, and it's easy to, like, you know, it's easy to kind of relate themselves to life experiences, right? They're like, hey, as a woman, this is what I face, you know, in society or daily life, and women will understand it. So, like, you know, you're kind of appealing to 50% of the people out there just by doing that. Or race, you know. Everyone knows, like, it's true. Like, a black comedian or whatever, a stand-up comedian will probably have, you know, more black people watching than normal. If they're known, that is. If they're known. I actually think Dave Chappelle is pretty funny, like stand-up comedian. That's another person. I like Eddie Izzard. Dave Chappelle is actually pretty funny. I heard Daniel Tosh is really funny at stand-up, but I've never seen him. Robin Williams, I actually think is really funny too as well. He's kind of like a little extreme sometimes for me, but he's still funny. And his jokes, his humor transcends life. So yes, he is and not was. Anthony Jeselnik. Tosh, yeah, I've never seen Tosh like do stand-up. I've seen him do Tosh.0. But people have always told me, Widowmaker, what? Dude, it's my favorite character in Overwatch. It's a sign, guys. It's a literal boot blade sign. It's a dagger. It's not a literal sign. It's a literal dagger. I don't need this. Eddie Izzard is one of the funniest comedians, and he's a transvestite. I love Eddie Izzard. It's so fucking funny. He makes fun of himself. I love him because he's like so like he's so fascinated by certain like just history and people and facts, and he looks up things, and he basically tells a story about how he's spending his time doing things, and then I'll make a joke out of it. I don't know. There should be a White Man's History Month. Mitch Hedberg. Damn it, like fucking caps. The fucking god. The god, the myth, the legend. I used to do drugs. I still do. But I used to too. He's pretty funny. I like Mitch Hedberg because he is like a one-liner guy, and it's a little unique in that like one-line jokes are very, very simple in nature, but it's proven that they can captivate someone for an hour and still be kind of funny. And they can actually be fairly complex for just being a one-liner at times. I like that. My friend and I were walking down the street. My friend said, "I hear music." As if there's any other way to take it in. I tried to taste it, but that did not work. Oh, it's so funny. That's another one I really like is everyone likes the thanks for the convenience. This escalator is now stairs. The other one I like too is when he says, "My friend said to me, hey, guess what? I like potatoes." He said, "If you want me to guess, you have to insert." Frankie Kinnison? Do I have screen shake on? Oh, you bet, man. I love the screen shake. I love me a screen shake. Is Jeff still here? Fuck you, Jeff. You play Screen Check? Guys, by the way, if you are being hosted from whoever else's channel, do feel free to come on by. Stop in the chat, talk, stay a while, listen, stuff like that. I do appreciate it. Lee Evans? Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't know, I just never really cared about it. The thing is, I'm not even crit build. Like, this isn't a crit build, so I don't know why I'm critting. Like look at my crit. It's at 6%. Like I should never like crit anyone. You know what it is? It's not screen shake. It's my stutter walk when I detonate detonate mines. I think that's what you're seeing. I just like cheese. No, I don't think it's a white person thing. People love around in the U.S. love the. Do you have the fish head pie? You mean eel pie? I heard Arc Miner new meta. No, Arc Miner has always been a thing. I mean, it's been around. I use it for leveling. It doesn't do as well single target later on, but it works really well like in the beginning. But I just doing it now to level up. It's not like that. It's not that great. And actually, it's really good for leveling, but later on it kind of tapers off. From my experience, that is. All right, I'm gonna go straight across to get Cruel Prep because this doesn't help me as much as Cruel Prep does. I mean, I pretty much have picked up all of the mine and mine damage stuff rather. It's just done. I'm done with all of it. All right. Cheese! There's another cheese. Sticky cheese, right? Why do you guys want me to ballot this? Or why do you want me? Why do you want to ballot? Stinky cheese. Was terrible. I love the UK in that like they're like at a negative reproduction rate. I love that. Like they're like constantly losing population because none of them want children, and I think that's because. I don't think it's because everyone's ugly and they don't want to have sex with each other. I think it's just they're actually smart enough to not want kids. Because kids are soul-sucking. And they take all your fucking time and money. And they're never worth it. Luckily, we have a lot of dumb people in the U.S., so we have a lot of procreation here. So we'll keep the human like race alive, at least single-handedly. We even have inbreeding if we need to, down south. Am I on Tinder? No, my Tinder profile always tells me, your account is hidden. No one can swipe you. That's what it always tells me. No, I'm not on Tinder. I don't want kids. I don't want kids. I don't think I ever want kids. So. Do you know how like weird that is to like for you to say stuff like that when you're married? Just weird. I super liked someone on accident once, and the person was like super ugly, and I was like showing the picture to someone to joke about. I was like, dude, look at this guy, blah 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 blah, and then the person was like, holy shit, is that real? Like, there's no way. I'm like, yep, totally real. They were like 50, and then like I went to swipe it, and I just swiped it up. I was like, fuck, and then they liked me, and I was like, shit, and then like I didn't want to like, I couldn't like undo it because I don't pay for the thing. I didn't pay for the thing at the time, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do, and then they accepted me, and then I just like waited for a bit, and then I just unconnected. I was like, sorry, it was a mistake. Oh my god, they were terrible. Oh. My mom, I have a brother and a sister. My brother is gonna have kids. Like he wanted kids for years. And like he's been planning on having kids for years. So I mean he's gonna have kids. My sister will probably have kids. I'm the only one in the family that has not like been in a relationship for a long time. Like the only one in the only one out of my siblings. And I guess I don't really care. Like I don't know if like you guys have I don't know if you guys has ever been like really I'm sure some of you guys have been like really like depressed or whatever. I don't have any motivation for any relationships. I don't have any motivation for like anything that basically includes more responsibilities. And and the other thing too is that you get into this. Some people like me get into this weird spot where like you're so depressed that you don't necessarily want to play, which is weird. I think the reason for me is different than some people. Like I've looked this up. People apparently this is a common thing. Not a common thing, but it happens to people. And the reason for me is because there are times where it is so bad I can't do anything. And that's when I hate it. You know, that's when it's the worst. Like I can't even be productive. Like I can't do anything. I'm just I can't even function. I'm it's just something I can't I just can't do anything. But the days where it's not as bad and I'm just dysphoric, where I'm just like really sad and not functional, I can still get on with my life in a sense. Those are the days where I actually think, what can I do to make things better, you know? And then I have ideas and I have some sort of motivation in terms of, if I do this, this, and this, I think, I'll be happier. And that's what I'll strive for. And so that's why I feel like if that's all gone, then I'm gonna maybe I'll lose my motivation or whatever. Or I'll lose my my drive for certain things. Which is weird, because it's such a bad trade-off. I hate being how I am right now, but I guess I'm worried that I'll become I don't know.
He ain't done nothing.
Lazy instead of I don't know. Something like that.
Come on in. Just
What
stoke
cause
the
aren't
fire.
hard to handle?
Take a seat and get the
Talk
cold
to you
out.
more often, that makes me happy. Talking to you guys definitely makes
Yes.
me more happy.
I enjoy
That's
this
not
work
like
well enough, but I'm.
that's
Are you
not like
joking?
a secret
You
or
just
anything.
rented a room
I've
from
talked
me.
about you guys to that. I mean, I've talked to you guys about that before, where
Need
I definitely
anything
do
else?
enjoy
Just let me know.
spending time. That's why I
Come by
stream,
Bellathor's
because
shop at the market.
I
I'm
enjoy
sure
the
we've got something
company.
you need.
It helps me a lot. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. It's probably not that rare. It's like, oh, my big thing is not just the company though. It's more that I always like to entertain. I always feel like I'm an entertainer, and I feel like if I'm entertaining and making you guys happy, then that's really cool. So that's what I strive to do. I strive to be, because I want to be the very best. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Never say never, Princeton. Alright. I don't know if it's absolutely huge, but yeah, I guess it is pretty. It's pretty endless. The Oxford Dictionary, obviously. Oh, thank you, Godsock. Thank you. Yeah, this is not too bad. Like, it's still a little small though, unfortunately. That's what she said. Let's go to get life. So once I get, I think once I get the 2-pointer in lab, I will put the point in the +1 mines, because the more mines I have on the ground, the more mine, or the larger the area will be.
Don't take this the wrong way.
So it's worth getting an extra mine in my opinion. I really wish this degen overlapped. I feel like it'd be way better if it overlapped.
Time to chat with an old.
But it might be too OP if it did overlap. I mean, it's pretty much a one-shot at this point. Like,